A spoonerism involves the swapping of initial consonant sounds in two words or phrases such as chopsticks and stop chicks, coast guard and ghost card, stay awake and weigh a steak. It's a homophonic affair, spelling changes appropriately in the newly formed words. In this puzzle, 12 clues must have their answers spoonerized for entry in the diagram. 12 clues must involve a spoonerism in the definition of the answer, and 12 clues are normal, with answers to be entered normally. 5 answers are capitalised. So to go over, there's 36 clues. We're going to spoonerize the answer in 12 of them. We're going to spoonerize the definition in the clue in 12 of them, and then the other third are normal. Good evening, names blunt. When I saw your follow, the little graphic trigger on screen earlier, I giggled. Names Blunt is an excellent name. 10 out of 10. I like it a lot. So... was the shape of a 7 on it. What? Well, there you go. We'll find out, Kate, as I would imagine so, because you sort of got to have two parts to an answer to have it spoonerized. But spoonerisms are generally a lot of fun, or a fot of lun. That didn't work, but it was the first one that came to mind. I need to unbold those. So for A, is it a normal answer that gets spooned when answered? Spooned, you say? Yes, it is. We just won't get told in the clue. We don't get an indication that we will need to spoonerize it. So we'll get the answer, but it won't fit in the grid or something, so we'll have to spoonerize it to make it fit in the grid, or just whatever. So that is that. Allow me first to go with all the clues when we get stuck over to you, but here we go. Ship armour with spam. Oh god, so now I've already started going, can any of these words be spoonerised? Ship armour, ip sharma. I don't think it works. Armour with spam. So ship, frigate, boat, yacht. Spam. Fake meat. Make feet. It's going to be a good stream. Spam. I don't like spam, both in terms of the email context and or junk mail. Monk jail. Is that right? Junk mail? Ship. Oh, a ship is a junk. And mail. Right. So the answer to this, it's a normal clue. The definition is normal. Everything is normal, but I think we're going to enter it spoonerized because it spoonerizes really well. So ship is a junk, armour is mail, and then we're going to turn that into a monk jail. No, so that's the answer is spoonerized, Dan. Get your letters right. So, there we go. I don't know what this 4-4 represents from that. I don't know whether it represents the answer before we spoonerize it or what goes into the grid. We'll find out. Tie boyfriend down while talking. Hey! Tie boyfriend down while talking. So it's going to be a sounds out loud clue. Boyfriend is probably beau. But then what's the down doing? Because if you a tie is a bow. But what's the down while talking? Is there a spoonerism in the clue going on? By toy friend? Down. What's the word? A boyfriend is a beau. B-O-W-B-E-A-U. Just gonna find my paper copy. Maybe that down. It could be monk with a U, but that would be a bit weird in my opinion. Let's have a look. Because I am one ahead in prepping these, so okay, right. It could be beau, B-E-A-U, making it a normal clue, but don't really know what's going on. Cheer for doctor after introduction. Cheer for doctor after introduction. Cheer for doctor, dear for doctor. This feels like a normal clue, at least to me. So a doctor could be... yeah, okay, I've got 9. I think 9's normal, both in terms of the clue and the entry. While talking, tile, walking, that's good as well. Down, tile, walking. Don't know, don't think so. Anyway, I've got 9. Go for 9 if you've got it. It's a doctor, it's a specific doctor that we are interested in. One who will always be asking for a scalpel, in my opinion. They would be a surgeon, but we want them after the introduction, so take off the first letter, and you'll get urgon, and urgon can't be spoonerized, so that is just urgon. Do not give Doctor Who a scalpel. Sonic scalpel, though, absolutely fine. Exactly, Meredith. Thinking the same wavelength. That's very concerning for you. Bothered after vermin finally chew a door at home. Bothered after... and I think that's a normal clue as well. Bothered after vermin finally. Vermin finally ends, so I need an... like irked or irritated for bothered, maybe. Chew a door at home. Chew a door. Due a chore. You're due a chore at home, maybe. I feel like that might be what is going on. At home could be in. Going to come back to 10, but I think that's what's going on. Good point, names. Good point. Trait of the wise, story on Metropolis. Trait of the wise, story on Metropolis. Is Metropolis the name of the new Francis Ford Coppola film that's currently out? I think it is. Or is that Megalopolis? It's probably Megalopolis or something like that, isn't it? Ends in Opolis, though. Yeah, there you go. I'm intrigued by the idea, but it's got some very unusual reviews, so I probably won't watch it. But I'm against watching it because of a quote that I heard from Francis Ford Coppola himself, which was he had some questionable behaviour on set. One of which was, and in his own words, it was something like, and I am paraphrasing here, but the gist was... don't worry about me. I'm sorry if I come up and kiss you. Don't worry. It's nothing in it. It's purely for my own pleasure. That's not the excuse you think it is. So I'm against watching it based on that. I know it's the virtue signalling and all that these days, isn't it? It's difficult to know who's a good person to enjoy their works and who isn't. But that put me off. Arch, good work. Trait of the wise. Weight of the tries. Story on Metropolis. And Metropolis is a city, so it's a something city, probably. Story could be a tale. First letter, please, of... here we go. Right, before we put any letters in, I'm going to have to work out very carefully. When I ask for a letter, I mean of the anything unspoonerized. So even if you think it goes in spoonerized, I'm after the first letter of... like the base answer that we may or may not spoonerize from. First letter of that, please. So we've got an S. Right. Saga is a story. And a city is a metropolis. So weight of the tries? No, trait. It's just trait of the wise. It's just a normal clue. Saga is story, Metropolis is city, and sagacity is wisdom, I think. Buckeye's neighbour, who initially pruned Willow. Okay. Buckeye is Ohio, is it? That even if that's correct, I don't know. Saga, can that be spoonerized, actually? Saga City. Carga City. Nah. So true, Waterfall, so true. Initially pruned. Neighbour. Who initially pruned? Oh, Hoosier. Who initially pruned? So take off the first letter of who, we get HO. And then Osier is a willow. So Hoosier, can that be spoonerized? Sue here? No, that feels like... Don't tell me we're getting all these normal clues. This is very disturbing. 3 normal clues. Who's your daddy, etc., etc. All noise disturbed reporter. All noise disturbed reporter. Okay, feels like at least a normal clue with an anagram of all noise. And it's going, oh yeah, it's fine. Oh, you can't spoonerize this either. Is this a normal clue? Oh, and Hoosier is Indiana, is it? There we go. Thank you. I hadn't got... See, I didn't even know that was next to Ohio or anything like that. Even though I could have vaguely placed them on the map. Go for 15. It's an anagram of all noise, and I think they're a reporter. And I don't think they're going to get spoonerized, because it's a very boring spoonerism. If you think it is. Exactly names. Exactly. So is this yet another normal? It is Lois Lane. Second day this week. What on earth is Arch talking about? Okay. Turning around. Hit Dick with a stagger. Hit stick with a dagger, surely. Turning around hits. So slaps or something. And then stick with the dagger is stab. So if you hit... I don't know whether it's bats or stab, but I think it's in the clue. Oh, I see. Metropolis. And yeah, of course, they're based in Metropolis. Oh, fine. Stick with the dagger is stab, and that's the definition. So turning around hits, which is bats. There you go. If you bat something, you hit it. Of course you do. So it's that way around. It's a definition in the clue that gets changed. So it's stick with the dagger, and that is bats. Indeed, if there is a definition if there is a spoonerism in the clue, it is explicitly in the definition, which should help us. Audibly charge live bird. Audibly charge live bird. Oh, I can stay there. I'd like to say it's been a long day, or I haven't had my nap. But it's been an okay day and I have had my nap. I did, however, spill my pot noodle all down my first t-shirt that I was wearing this morning. And it was a curry pot noodle, which must have had turmeric or something, because it was radioactively bright orange. So that immediately went under the sink to rinse off, and then went in the washing machine. Well done, Dan. I'm running away because I've realised cans... Might need some cans later on. Audibly charge live bird. Charge. If you charge, you run down someone. A charge could be a fee. Live could be live, so it could be B. And then bird. Is there anything that gets spoonerized in here? Charge live, large chive. Large chive. So... big, and it's got to be out loud. No, because it would be the definition. It's not in the wordplay. Live bird, bive lurd, or live bird, biv lurd. Doesn't seem to work. Going to run away from 19. Nah. Going to leave bats in the grid. I'll tell you what, I'll change it to something entirely meaningless. Just really annoying you. Exercise routine, upsetting to Abe. And of course, I'll forget about it in between now and the downs and go, what the? When I come around to it. Exercise routine, upsetting to Abe. Exercise routine. I wouldn't know about exercise. Abe. Is that Abe Simpson? Probably Abraham Lincoln. Is there any... spoonerism in the clue? app setting to oob. Oh yes, recessive outline. Yeah. Going to come back to that as well. Stud changes mind of cop. Stud changes mind of cop. Now, mind of cop can be kind of mop. So what? Yes, that's exactly what's going on. Go for 22. This is more straightforward, I think, because it's an anagram and the definition is kind of mop. So that's a B. Go for 22. Anagram of stud. Dust. No, so close, so close. So close from March. Like new hype is something with a point. Like new hype is something with a point. Something with a point. Now, is that going to be a purpose? As in, I have a point to do this. I have a purpose to do this. Or is it going to be a point as in a physical point, like it tapers to a point like a pair of scissors? Like new. Nike new. Something with a point. Pumping with a soint. I'm going to be doing this in the next crossword as well, I think, aren't I? Just seeing what nonsense I can make from a clue that wasn't designed to be spoonerized. Not getting it. Good evening, Ruffles. Good evening. Yep, absolutely. Bye. You'll get to this in June. You'll get to this in June if you continue at your current rate, which is a bonkers rate. Sick in dupe. Not getting 25. Going to come back to it. Churning is chore, die heeds. Churning is chore, die heeds. High deeds. Okay, that could be a spoonerism. So churning is chore. Anagram of is chore, and there'll be high deeds. Is chore. Got to be an anagram of is chore. High deeds. Yes, go for it. I don't think it's the easiest of words to anagram, but I'm partly saying that because it took me a while. So it's an anagram of is chore. It is churning, and it's going to mean die heeds, spoonerized. And they are heroics, absolutely. Where does it go? 27. And those are lofty deeds, important actions, high deeds. Set of sheets to be changed in cosy spot. Sposy cot. Set of sheets. Shet of seats. I mean, it's easier to say that. Set of sheets to be changed in cosy spot. Cosy spot is a nook. A cranny, an alcove, a den, maybe. Sheets to be changed in cosy spot. I feel like this is going to be either normal or an answer that's spoonerized. I don't think there's anything going on in the clue. A few of you are getting it. What if it's a... What if it's not a duvet, but what if it's paper sheets, and what if it's notebook? That's currently what I'm thinking. Because nook can go to notebook. And then you'd have to put... What would you have to put? So nook, you'd need Tebow. Where's Helen when you need her? Where's Tebow? To be. Oh, it's an anagram of to be. It's changed, so anagram of to be in nook, and you get a notebook. And if you spoonerize notebook, you can get a boat nook. So I think boat nook, which is interesting because the note that we took around the the outsides we've now put back together again. So there we go. Boat nook is viable, agreed, and hello Manic as well. Hope you're doing all right. End of the year in Mexico, you got redder. End of year in Mexico, you got redder. What is December in Spanish? Is it Dinero, Decero, or something like that. I don't know what December is in Spanish, so if you could let me know. Oh, really? Well, that's no good. It's not there then. End of year. R. In Mexico. You got rid of... Are there any spooners going in the clue? End of Mir in Mexico. You rot Gedda. Rue got Yedda. No. Is it a hidden? Not that I can see. Oh, in Mexico, you. What is you in Spanish? Is it something like eso or something? I think that's going to be important. Usted. Well, there you go. That'll help. Go for this in the chat. That'll help. Normal clue then. Rusted. Tuss red. Doesn't feel like that spoonerizes. So end of year is R, and in Mexico, you. Usted. And redder. Rusted. Got redder. Clipped item, new to alien. Clipped item, new to alien. Clipped item, ipt clitum. New to alien. Eutanalian. No. A clipped item. Wings. Fingernails. Clipped nails. Talons. New to alien. So clipped item is probably a definition. New to alien feels like anagram of to alien. And I was very close with talons. Go for 30. In fact, I was even closer with nails, to be honest. Toenail. That's your anagram of to alien. Toenail goes to no tail. And that... So we now know, finally we've got a disambiguator here. 7 is the answer. The answer that we need to get before any spoonerizing, because no tail is going to be 2 and then 4. Now, interestingly, is it going to be A-I-L or is it going to be A-L-E? Can be any form of tail. No tails, woohoo, da-da-da-da. So sorry. Da-da-da-da. Kitty's comment about spot in field. I love DuckTales so much. It's the remake. I've mentioned this before, but the remake with David Tennant as Scrooge, excellent. And of course, it could have actually been no KNOW as well, couldn't it? Just for further shenanigans, if it had been an 8-letter space in the grid, of course. Kitty's comment about spot in field, about fot in spield. Kitty's comment doesn't spoonerize. So meow about spot and add. A mew in field. Got it. That's not... I mean, I guess it... I don't like how meow is being spelled here. I don't like it. I don't like it. As if I can do that every time accidentally, I will live a happy man. Oh. Yeah, no, that looks perfectly right. Why did I think it was weird? Because I'm a Muppet, mainly. Interesting. Yeah, it's not M-A-I-O-W. Or M-I-A-O-W. Yeah, no, it's fine. Anyway, a spot is an advert, is an ad. So AD in meow, which I think still looks weird when I put it like that. But when it's written as a 4-letter word, it seems fine. Anyway, meadow, and you get a field, so add in meow. Now, meadow, dead mo. I mean, it's got to spoonerize. We've only got 4 spaces in the grid. Meadow, demo? It's going to demo, isn't it? Meadow, demo. There you go. So that's a spoonerism in the grid. Feels sort of pig Latin-y as well. People he confused, getting a pot to speak. Getting a spot to peak. People he confused feels like anagram of people he. Getting a pot to speak. It's very close to the word telephone, but it isn't. Oh, help P. Elepho. People he confused. Getting a pot to speak. Getting a spot to peek. He confused. Getting a. Would end in EH then. I don't like that. First letter, please. First letter, please, of the answer, regardless of whether it's spoonerized or not, you know, the 8-letter answer here. Pop heel. Pope heel. Peephole. Getting a spot to peek. Oh, peek as in P-E-E-K. Okay, peephole. It's your anagram. It's your classic anagram of people. He, which goes to peephole. And I think that can get spoonerized to heap pole. Is that also an anagram? H-E... No, there's an A involved. Why? You spoonerized the definition. Oh, I did. I did. Well, I want to spoonerize both. There we go. So we're at 4 normal, 4 clues and 5 answers that we've so far spoonerized. So approximately level peggings. Might think about chlorine. Might think about chlorine. Yes, happy with that, especially with 4 letters in here. That very much helps. So I'll give that a few seconds. End of year, which was our... You got ready? Yes, it is. Yeah. Might think about chlorine. Go for 1 down. So chlorine, it's got the chemical symbol Cl. And to think is to muse in this instance. So muse around Cl. And you get muscle with the might, the strength. Waterfall, that is not a picture of your bicep. It is not. There is far too much muscle there for you. On the other hand, a conservative's dowsing reclamation. On the other hand, a conservative's dowsing reclamation. Rousing declamation feels like that's going on. So this is almost certainly a definition in the clue that is spoonerized. On the other hand, a conservative. Okay. On the other hand, perhaps, however, but, buttercon. Oh, it could be Tory, couldn't it, for a conservative? Dowsing, reclamation, rousing, declamation. Something story? On the other hand, a conservatives. First letter, please. Oh, yeah, look at the grid. That is a brilliant clue, actually. Oratory. Okay. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yes. O is indeed the first. I forget. Oratory. Now, why? On the other hand, or A is A and Tory is a conservative. So it's a rousing declamation, you know, stirring speech. Oratory. Look, I've remembered. It's Keats. It's going to be Keats. Poet. Keats. Yes. Running across Drake at sea. It's my favourite. It's a hidden. It looks like a normal clue to me. It's just hidden in Drake at sea. Keats. Playing low jack with a tense face. Playing low jack with a tense face. Oh yes, and that's a good point. I did indeed spot the hidden. Low jack's anagram of low and jack with a... I want it to be jocular. Cypher House. Speaking of jocular, good evening. Hey, how you doing? What were you doing tonight? Let's do a shout out for Cypher House. Cypherhouse, you need to start and finish your streams a couple of hours later so that I can raid you instead, because it keeps coming my way. I want to give some love back. Anyway, we're good evening. 6 pints and a panda? What's that about? Were you doing some P&A magazine puzzles? 6 puzzle boat pints and a panda, maybe? 6 puzzle boat... not puzzle boat, 6 puzzle pint. Anyway, I want this to be jocular, just based on that. Playing low, laying plow. There's lots of spoonerisms going here this week, folks. 12 clues have spoonerisms in the answer. We have to spoonerize the answer before we put it in the grid. 12 clues have got a spoonerism in the definition within the clue, and 12 are normal. So there's loads of spoonerisms going on this week. I mean, playing low jacket can't just be... Oh, right. It's lockjaw, because that's going to become jock law. It is an anagram of low jack, and that becomes lockjaw. And with a tense face. So if your door is locked, that sort of thing. Now, tinnitus, is that a note? Is tinnitus another... So I have had lockjaw in the past. Most notably, one Christmas time, about 17 or something like that, my jaw for some reason just wouldn't open. It was a problem with the TMJ joint, which is sort of about here. And it eventually worked itself out, I think just an adolescent thing. But at Christmas time, I couldn't enjoy my roast dinner. So they had to carve up the turkey into incredibly thin slices, and it was like putting mail in a letterbox. Feed it in incredibly thin slices. And then the gravy also went in. I had to make sure that they weren't covered in gravy. It was a very disappointing dinner, if I remember rightly. But anyway, lockjaw, jock law. Tetanus, not tinnitus. There you go. I knew something like that. Good evening, Neil Moo. Excited by Edward, spoke in a chant. Excited by Edward, spoke in a chant. With a thin mint. So, spoke in a chant, intoned. Excited is into, and can Edward be Ned? I suppose Edward can be Ned, so it's just into if you're excited about something, and Ned being Edward. That's an entirely normal clue. Normal. 6 down. Girls going around Lovelares with snoops. Girls going around Lovelares with snoops. Okay. Yeah, okay, got that. That's nice. That's nice. Few of you can. Names Blunt has got it. Hold off. No one tell me in the chat. I'm going to give this to Blunt. Go on, Blunty. Go on, Names. Go for it. So girls are lasses. And we're going to put it around love for O. So we're going to get lassos. And I think the definition is not layers with snoops, it's snares with loops. So if you know a loop of rope and you snare something, you lasso it. So that is a definition that is spoonerized. It's B clue and lassos. Well done. Good work. Putting you on the spot there. We're just sharing the love. Sharing the love. Copy flap. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot there. Well done. Which clue is this? Well, you're in for a treat now if you've not seen this before. This clue, well, if this is a can of 7-Up, then this clue is 7 down. Woot, 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 woot. Copy flap in front of book before start of test. Copy flap in front of book before start of test. Never gets old. Well, actually, this can does. This is still from June. I'm still not drinking it. From June, best before June earlier this year. Actually, is it a best before or is it a use by? Ooh. Well, it doesn't say on the bottom of the can, so I have to look for the instruction on the side of the can that tells me whether it's a best. It's a best before. It's a best before, so I can still drink it and not a use by. I've just reminded myself about some apple juice that I once left in the fridge. Just forgot about it. I'd drunk a couple of glasses from it, but most of the carton was still there. 3 months later, I came back to it, thought I'd tip it out. No, let's not go there. Copy flap in front of a book. What's a flap in front of a book? It's like the flappy bit. Flappy bit. Copy. And then start of test is T. Is there... First letter, please, for 7. If you've got it, Antipotis et al. B. I mean, it could just be front of book. Copy flap. Oh, that's nice. Copy flap is floppy cap. And then as soon as you think of a floppy cap, I'm assuming it's a beret. So front of book is B, before is air, the start of test is T. You get a beret. A floppy cap. Nice. The definition is spoonerized there. Resender, good evening. How are you doing? Let's give you a shout out. I need to make this automatic, really. The Wandering Village. Oh, don't make it wander too far. Hope it comes back. Good evening, Resender. Hope you're doing well. Strip Unwary Strangler. Strip Unwary Strangler. I'm going to come back to this because there's not many words. I feel like it's going to be a normal clue. Strip unwary. You can't really spoonerize it. Unwary strangler. No. So the clue itself feels normal. There may be spoonerizing in the answer, of course, but I'm going to come back to it. Note trickle conveying eastern cross current. Note trickle conveying eastern cross current. I wanted it to be a riptide for a cross current. Note, trickle, trote, nickel. Where are we going in the grid? Let's have a look. Use the letters available. So the note would... cross current. So eastern will be E. I'm going to put that in note trickle. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And a trickle, a dribble. Okay, Meredith, first letter, please. And anyone else who's got it. Cross current. Cuss current. So, therefore, the note would be trickle. A trickle. A tide. Second letter, please, is I. Third letter, please. Is it a hidden? Don't think it's a hidden. I mean, it's not... Oh, hang on. Okay, what if it was a riptide? What if it was a riptide? A tip ride? A riptide? Riptide tip ride. But then that dust would be mucking things up. And we know it's 4-3 in the answer anyway, so we know it's not riptide. So, tide something or other? Bit esoteric, is it? Note is T. Trickle, a drip. Is it going to be tide rip instead? It is. I would have always called it a riptide, not a tide rip. There are riptides and tide rips. Yeah. Well, there you go. And that, of course, we can spoonerize to a ride tip. Just to confuse things even further, that becomes ride tip. But the actual answer, T-I is the note, drip is the trickle with E for eastern in the middle of it, and that's cross current. And then just to confuse things, we're going to spoonerize it, and tide rip becomes ride tip. Wrongly dub Mr. Moto's debut. Wrongly dub Mr. Moto's debut. Wrongly dub, drongly rub. 13. So it's miss something or other. Miss. So misname, something like that. No, let's not put an M here, because we might be spoonerizing the answer. Mr. Moto's debut. Yeah, okay, misterm. So Mr. is Mr. Moto's debut is M, so you get misterm. Tismerm, that's not a thing. So misterm is to give the wrong name to something, to wrongly dub. So we are spoonerizing nothing. That's a normal clue. Let me just ban. There is a bot that you can't see that I've just banned for best viewers. I've already got the best viewers. They're not watching tonight, but I've got the best viewers. 17 down. Please stay. TV Sidekick owns or sold Kitty. TV Sidekick owns or sold Kitty. We've currently got Toto. Yeah, well, okay, I do know the sidekick. It's the sidekick of the Lone Ranger. But I'm just trying to work out why the answer is Toronto. So TV sidekick, Tonto. Owns or. So if we put or in it, we get Toronto. Now, sold Kitty. We've already decided Cypher House. Oh, right. Why is that? Did he also have a bot problem? Bots have been really bad this week. Hang on. Sold Kitty. Cold City. Definition is spoonerized. Toronto's not that cold. It's pretty hot in the summer. But anyway, Toronto is a cold city. Sold Kitty. Price indicator for fish-filled strip. 18, so it's going to be something tag maybe. 18. Okay, a barcode. That is your price indicator for fish-filled strip. So cod is your fish, and if you strip something, you bear it. So barcode. Can that be spoonerized? No, because stab has the B there. So that is cod in bear. Normal clue. Kiss crown in any spot for hay grounds. Greyhounds, right? It's got to be greyhounds. Kiss crown in spot for greyhounds. So it feels like the clue has got it. Seattle is further north than Toronto. I mean, London's probably further north than Toronto. Actually, oh, Toronto that's one of the places where if you go, yeah, it's right in that weird wiggly bit, isn't it? Which is what you're saying. It's in that weird wiggly bit where you can actually go north from Canada to America. 19. Where are we? Bus stop. Kiss. Crown in spot. For hay grounds. Greyhounds. I mean, buses are greyhounds. The coaches. Crown. So assuming that it's the clue that's being spoonerized here. Why would it be bus stop? Let me write it out so maybe I'll get some joy when I see it. Crown in spot is S. Is it the definition is wider? Oh, spot for greyhounds. Okay, so spot for greyhounds is your definition there then. So kiss crown. So a crown is a top. Is bus B-U-S-S to kiss? Bus. Yes, it's Welsh. It comes from the Welsh. I'm sure there are other dialects and from the German as well. But yes, a rude or playful kiss, a smacker, a bus. So you get bus stop there. Did I get Canada and the US the wrong way around there? You go north, but you go north from Canada and get into the US. That's what you do. Data in backlit glittery sheet. Data in backlit glittery sheet. Gleet? No, let's not go there. Gleet, I don't think we're going to. Data in backlit glittery sheet. 20. Continent, contiguous. You know what I mean. Oh, something else at the end. Data info. Okay, so we put info. If data is info. In backlit. Tin foil. Backlit. Literally put lit backwards. So lit is backwards. Info is data. Put that in the lit backwards. You get tin foil, and that will be a glittery sheet. Now, fin toil feels like it could easily be a spoonerism, so let's go for that. Fin toil. And that then would give us no tail here for toenail. We finally got that form of tail. Europe is surprisingly northern, basically, and we have the jet stream. No, we have the Gulf Stream to thank for that, for keeping us warm. Organs say from Snake in Island Road. Organs say from Snake in Island Road. Well, there's your road. Island maybe there. Island might be I, which might go there. Organ say. Well, we might have had one. Tin foil could be the one. Organ say could be I for an organ, and then it becomes the letter I, but it's from, so that's the definition. Sorgan A. Snake in Island Road. Now, snake. I want the snake to go there for Island Road, but now, okay, of course, this could be a spoonerized entry, so taking a step back. Oh, in fact, it is a spoonerized entry. This is 8 letters, but we've only got 6 spaces in the grid. Okay, so we do at least know that this is a spoonerized answer. Snake, mamba, cobra, rud. Organs say keyboard. Snake in Island Road. What organs are there? It might be a keyboard. Oh, hang on. An island is a key, isn't it? And it's a boa. There we go. He's found it. And I didn't even look at the chat to tell me that I was doing the thing again. There's an exclamation mark. So a boa is a snake. A key is in the Florida Keys. A key is an island. Road is RD. Keyboard. So that's going to be B chord. Keyboard. B chord. Is it going in like that? Yeah. Well, that's a bit disappointing, that one. But, okay. 23. Blast the French jester with peers. Blast the French jester with peers. Did I not put bus stop in? I decided not to just put bus stop in. 23. 23. Ends in KLE in the grid. Blast the French jester with peers. So pester with jeers. So blast is heck. Nah, strong word that. Heck. The French is le. And then instead of jester with peers, it's pester with jeers. So with definition, we're spoonerizing the definition. And heckle is going to go in there. Smooth shift essential to house guests. Smooth shift. That's probably a seg for here. Essential to house guests. It's in there. It's a hidden. Now, I'm not going to +1 myself because I hadn't really spotted it, but I'd worked out why it must be that, and then I went back to the wordplay and I could see it was a hidden, but I didn't really spot it. Do I get a +1 for that? I mean, sort of, maybe. Probably not. You decide. But it's hidden in there. Normal clue, I think, as well. It's nothing's changing there. Seg, nothing's changing in there. It's normal clue. Well, okay, yeah, half. I'm going to give myself half for Keats as well. So that together all adds up to a +1. Somewhat lighten the heart of a pole. Somewhat lighten the heart of a pole. I'm looking for a hidden because it's somewhat 10th. Heart of a part of a whole. You see, now that one I did spot. That one I did completely spot. So I'm having that one. Thank you very much. Bing. Thank you, Alchemist. Thank you. So that has the definition that is being changed. So 10th part of the whole, heart of the bowl. Right, let's go back to the beginning. I thought this was bow, but that's not looking right. Tie boyfriend down while talking. Okay. I think it's that. No. I think it's that which is getting spoonerized, just to confuse us even more. And I think that's going to get spoonerized. So, a boyfriend who's down is a bow who's low. Bow low. And that is a type of tie. But it goes LB, so it's going to become Lobo, which is a surname, I guess, and probably means something. It must be a word. Lobo is a timber wolf. There you go. I had heard of the word. Spanish for wolf. There you go. Bothered after vermin finally, Chewador at home. Probably ends ED then. So, vermin finally, there's your N. Bothered. Then Chewador at home. Do a chore at home. No, hang on. Do a chore. What about, yeah, it's not do, it's more do. So do a chore at home. Okay. Is neatening a chore? Yeah, the Cupid one, yeah, absolutely. So this is going to at least be a definition in the clue, which will be the last spoonerism in a clue, if I've marked these up correctly. Ate at, eat at, bothered, neated, do a chore at home, eaten. Is bothered eaten? I guess bothered is eaten in a way. He was eaten by something. She was bothered by something. That works. Okay, neaten. Fine. Yeah. Yeah. It just about works. It's good enough. 19. Audibly charge live bird. Well, so what was it I was saying earlier? We do know this is going to be a spoonerized answer because there's only 5 letters in the answer, but it's a 6 here. So, live bird. Phoebe, beefy. Okay, it's becoming beefy. Phoebe is what it's sounding like. No, that's not. But then, hang on. Phoebe. That's what it. That's the actual answer, isn't it? So a charge is a fee, and to live is to be. Is there a bird called a Phoebe? Good evening, Ratfinks. Hope you're doing well. I have not heard of this bird. It is a North American flycatcher of the genus Sionis. which we all knew. Also, the sister of Artemis, the moon goddess, but Phoebe is a bird. So there we go. And Phoebe, when you spoonerize it, becomes beefy. Beefy. I know the... Well, she was on Friends, absolutely. Thank you, Sleeping Soul. A few people, more people than I would have expected, have noticed it. So thank you very much. I do need to... Is it a cute animal? I am happy to find out. So, Phoebe Bird. Okay, I've got to be careful when Googling for Phoebe Bird. Phoebe... Bird. Okay, it's a cute burb. It's a cute burb. Yeah. Happy to show you the cute burbs. Yeah, look at how round. So round. That one's ready for the winter. That's quite cool. I'm not on the technical difficulties, but I did work for them a few months ago, and I prepared lots of tasty questions for their reverse trivia, which came out earlier today. And there's more. It's not just one episode. I think it's at least two. I don't know whether I'm meant to know how many it is, and I don't really, but I think I know the number. Where are we going next? 21. Exercise routine. Upsetting to Abe. Oh, is it an anagram of just to Abe? 5 letters there. Anagram of to Abe. By toe. Oh. Ha! Where is Tebow when you need it? So it's an anagram of to Abe, which is Tybo, which is an exercise routine. Normal clue. Button a spoonerism in the answer. So Tybo by toe. Like new hype is something with a point. Pristine. Like new. Pristine. Okay. Hype is PR. Is. And something with a point is a tine. Now, I just said the fork is something that has the point. The tine is the point. But anyway, pristine, that works there. And that is a normal clue. Did I ask Chris about toast? Absolutely no idea what that means, I'm afraid. And finally, 2 clues to go. Strip unwary strangler. Yes. Did I not fill in a letter somewhere? 1D still unmarked, thank you. And that was might, which is think, which is muse, and then muscles. That is a normal clue. So last clue then, which we know is the answer is spoonerized. Strip unwary stranger. So we don't know how many letters are in this answer, but we do know that it's going to get spoonerized to entree or something like that. On grey. Strip unwary stranger. If you strip, you bear, which we had earlier, you take off. Unwary, unknowing. I know I've only got 3 words, and that's the difficult thing. Stranger, odder. Eerier. Stranger, alien. Unknown. Strip. Okay, so ignoring this, what's the first letter of this answer? Okay. Is it an anagram? Is unwary an anagram indicator? Or is stranger an anagram? Runway. There you go. So runway is an anagram of unwary. So stranger is your anagram indicator and a runway is a strip. So runway, one ray. There we go. One ray, which isn't really a thing. Bit disappointing to end on that one. There have been some good spoonerisms otherwise. And but there we go. 12 of those clues had answers that were spoonerized. 12 spoonerisms were in the definition. A lot of fun there. And that is Spoonerfest by Hex. Fintoil was one of the one of the weaker ones, but there we go. Look, I enjoyed that. Spoonerisms at their finest are always fun, and I have a feeling we will be spoonerising things in the clues in the next crossword, regardless of the fact that there aren't any spoonerisms in it.